Lagos hit me before I even stepped off the bus. The noise came fast, horns, hawkers, generators competing with each other like nobody had ever told them to take turns. Then the heat. Then the smell of exhaust and suya and something frying nearby that made my stomach remind me I hadn't eaten since Enugu. I stood at the roadside with my 2 suitcases and my sketchbook pressed under my arm, and I did the thing I always do when I'm terrified. I squared my shoulders and pretended I wasn't. 3 weeks. That's what my savings gave me. 3 weeks to make Lagos decide I was worth keeping. Mama called before I'd moved 10 steps from the bus stop. Ada. You done reach. How e dey? The people they're friendly. Any fine young man notice you yet? Mama, I just arrived. Literally just. My feet are still on the pavement. Pavement can wait. Destiny cannot wait. I am praying for you every morning, 5 o'clock, you hear me? Every morning. God will send the right man. Mama. I called to say I arrived safely. That's all. And the man. I hung up smiling. I couldn't help it. The connecting bus was supposed to leave at 3:30. I turned the corner at 29 minutes past and watched it pull away from the curb like it had somewhere more important to be than my plans. I stood there a moment, suitcases at my feet, sketchbook tucked tighter under my arm, staring at the exhaust cloud it left behind. I found a shared ride. One seat left, squeezed between the window and a man who smelled faintly of cedar and something expensive I couldn't name. He was dressed simply, plain shirt, dark trousers, but I noticed the fabric immediately. I always notice fabric. Whatever he was wearing hadn't come from any Balagan market store. He glanced at me when I sat down, nodded once, and returned to looking out the window like I was part of the furniture. We sat in traffic for 20 minutes without speaking. Then the driver made a comment about Lagos roads never changing, and something in me responded before I could stop it. 5 years and this junction is still like this, I said, mostly to myself. The road through the island is better than it was, the man beside me said quietly. New drainage. Fewer floods in rainy season. I looked at him. Better for who? He turned from the window then. For the people who use it. The people who use it are still sitting in the same go-slow. Better drainage doesn't move traffic. It prevents flooding that used to make this road completely impassable. So the improvement is that it's passable but still terrible. Something moved at the corner of his mouth. Not quite a smile. That's one way to measure progress. It's the honest way. We went back and forth like that, his voice always measured, mine always a half step sharper than I intended. Lagos infrastructure became city planning, became who the city was actually built for, became whether money insulated you from real life entirely. He pushed back on everything I said without raising his voice once, which was somehow more irritating than if he'd shouted. Then someone's takeaway bag breathed jollof rice into the entire car and we both stopped talking. Lagos jollof, I said finally. Overrated, he said. I turned to face him fully for the first time. Excuse me. Abuja jollof has more. Stop. Don't finish that sentence. He did smile then. Fully. It changed his face completely, younger suddenly, less careful. You're from the east, he said. Enugu. And we know jollof. What brings you to Lagos? I told him more than I meant to. About the fashion brand I was building, the fabric designs folded into my sketchbook, the studio space I'd already lined up, the specific dream I'd been carrying since secondary school like a second heartbeat. He listened without interrupting, which almost nobody does, and when I finally stopped talking he was quiet for a moment. Lagos either breaks people or builds them, he said. Sounds like you've already decided which one. I didn't answer. But something in my chest shifted slightly, like a door opening a crack. The ride stopped at my address. I wrestled my suitcases out of the cramped space, sketchbook balanced under my elbow, half blocking the other passengers. Before I could manage the larger bag, he lifted it out cleanly and set it on the pavement without ceremony or eye contact, like it was simply the obvious thing to do. "Good luck," he said. "Thank you," I said. "For the bag. Not the Abuja jollof opinion." He laughed, "A real one," and the car moved. I watched it go for longer than I needed to. My flat was small and smelled of fresh paint and someone else's cooking. I liked it immediately. I pinned 3 fabric swatches to the wall before I unpacked a single item of clothing because the wall needed to feel like mine before anything else did. I found the lease agreement at the bottom of my folder. Standard scan, name, address, monthly terms, landlord details. I stopped. At the Emeka properties. I read it again. Thought of the man in the car. The cedar smell. The shoes I'd noticed immediately, not Balligan, not ABA. The way he'd said progress like he was used to defining it. I shook my head. Lagos is a city of 12 million people. It was a common enough name. A coincidence. I put the paper down and went back to my fabric swatches. Upstairs, directly above me, though I didn't know it yet, Emeka sat at his desk with a folder of weekly rental approvals. He flipped through them the way you flip through things that don't require you to think. He stopped at one application. Ada Okonkwo. Flat 4B. Standard details. Then at the very bottom, in handwriting the agency definitely hadn't asked for, a single line added in the margin like she couldn't help herself. Asterisk, I don't need charity. I just need a chance. Asterisk. He read it once. Read it again. He set the folder down and walked to the window. Lagos spread out below him, loud and relentless and entirely indifferent. He looked at it for a long time. For the first time in longer than he could remember, he was thinking about someone else.